Hey boys and girls, Scott Turnage, G3 Sportsman. August. We all know what August is. Hot, dry, lethargic, everybody's mad. Just, even the weatherman. He just shows up first part of the month and just says, it's just gonna be hot and dry, I'll see y'all in September. Well, that's what it is. I'm down in Oklahoma, and today, been about a year or so, I'm with my boy right here, the bald wonder here, Rusty Pritchard. Now he says that fishing's been a little tough. He can find some fish, but it's been tough. Even the fish are hot, tired, and lethargic, and they're not wanting to do anything. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna try a few things, and we're gonna see if we can catch a few crappie today. So come along with us. I don't know that you're gonna learn a darn thing, but for one thing, we're crappie fishing. We're out and about, so I know you're going to have a good time. So stick with us. We'll try to get to our first spot, and let's just see if we can't catch a few of these crappie. What do you say, Rusty?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll see you in a bit. Right now you're just looking for a brush pile.
Yeah, there's a big brush pile here somewhere. I'm not in my boat, so I ain't got nothing marked.
I like getting you guys out of your element. This refreshes you, man. Monkey milk.
Oh, there's a decent. Oh, that's a big old crappie. Yeah.
Oh, man, Rusty, that's a good one.
Arm ain't long enough. There's some toads in here.
Wow. You said the black crappie have been really good this year?
Yeah, we've got holes that's got black crappie in. We've got black crappie and white crappie in this lake. We've got probably more white crappie than we do black. This year I've been paying attention. It just seems like the black crappie want to stay by themselves most of the time. You'll catch a white in between, but it seems like if you're going to catch black crappie, you're going to catch several of them out of one spot. And it makes no rhyme or reason where they're at, because you can be 100 yards down the bank, same water depth and everything, and they're not there. So.
Okay, now this was on a brush pile, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's what we got right now. You saw the brush pile, so we picked one off there. So we'll just see if we can't grab us a few more. Great job, Rusty. So this is brush pile number 2, and you're saying they just been a heck of a time trying to get fish to bite on a jig.
Well, we've had the biggest shad. I've lived here my whole life. That's one of the biggest shad spawns I've ever seen on this lake. So on the live scope, when we're using it, you can see the shad come into the the shad moving into the trees. And there's so many shad you can't even see the tree anymore. So these crappie are just laying in these piles. They won't move. They don't come out. They just sit there and just eat all day long. We've been catching them on a minnow, but today we're trying to hit them on a jig.
They're not predators anymore now.
No, they're just lay there and get fat.
Kind of like me.
Yeah.
Got to get you down on your knees. I like it.
Somebody have a dang net.
Have a net. Come on.
Look at that fella.
Well, he did just come off, didn't he?
Yeah. Keeper.
Okay. All right. I mean, there's so much bait, Rusty. Now, it's even hard to catch them on minnows, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they're full. I mean, they're old guts when you cut them open. They're just plumb full of food right now. That fish there, we've noticed on the live scope, when the minnows were dropping them straight down into the pile and starting to reel and just bring it all the way to the top, and these fish will come out of that pile and they may follow it 2 foot under the surface before they grab it, and that's what he did. I hit the pile and started reeling with the jig, and that's when he hit it. We've tried to swing over the top of them, and That's the only way we can get them to bite.
When you've got that much bait, look at what you're competing with. So yeah, we could go out here and we could use minnows. The minnow bite has been tough too, he said. But if you can find the right bait, the right jig, and stay on them, you know, you may have to jump from pile to pile or whatever like we're doing, but eventually you can get you a mess of crappie. Yeah, you're swinging.
Got that one far enough.
Yeah, you're swinging. Another nice white crappie. There you go. Yeah.
You see how fat their guts are just stretched open?
Yeah. Yeah. They just got so much to eat on.
They're definitely not hurting for food.
That's all right there. See, there you go. We
Thick
got
across
another.
the back.
Look at that. Nicely done. Nothing wrong with that fish. Enjoying your buddies.
We've had a 10 and 15 lake for a long time, which means they have to be 10 inches and you only have 15. And a lot of people griped about it when they first started that several years back, but now we're reaping the benefits from it. This year it's been a little bit tougher than normal. We had, like I said, I've lived here my whole life, and this is one of the biggest shad spawns that we've ever had, and it was about 3 weeks late. So right now is a little bit tough for the fishing. The crappie are pretty fed up right now, but the shad are starting to get bigger and bigger every week, and now they're getting big enough. I think the smaller crappie can't eat them, so now they're having to chase our jigs or minnows a little bit more, and we're starting to get the bigger fish starting to eat a little bit better.
Oh, I take
Off top of that tree.
Oh man, that's a good one there, Rusty.
White crappie.
Nicely done.
You see, they're crapping. They're so full, every one of them. My guide boat, it's covered.
And that's usually how it goes. You'll fish a pile, fish another pile, fish another pile, and then you find one where some of them are active.
Right. Here lately, what we've been doing, I've got 50 piles out here on Grand Lake. We've been having to, we'll get 3 keepers off this pile, move to the next pile. You'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keepers, and then you have to go to the next pile. We're just bouncing around, and we're leaving hundreds of fish on these piles. They're just not active. Yeah. You'll always have a few active ones on every pile, it seems like. And it seems like you can start over 30 minutes later, come back there, and there'll be a few more active ones. But our fish are fat and healthy. They're thick across the back, and of course their belly's about to blow up. But
cool.
They're definitely healthy.
Let's do it. I don't mind being your lid boy. Now what's going on here is you're just flipping it.
We're
right on top of the brush.
Sitting on a pile, and I'm flipping it out about halfway down that tree and then bringing it up, and they're hitting it coming off the backside of that tree.
And just bringing it up real slow, ain't you?
Mm-hmm.
These are nice 12-inch crappie.
Yeah, good eaters for sure.
Nice 12-inch crappie.
Seems like these piles that's got a higher population on them doesn't yield the big crappie. The big crappie we've been catching, there'll be 5 or 6 fish on a little stump, and there's a lot of eaters out here on these bigger trees.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's one of the baits we've been really doing well on, the slab hunter. We started off with that on the 1/4 ounce head where we left off 2 or 3 days ago, throwing over the top of the brush piles and letting them swim back over the top. But today it seems like they wanted a little more movement. I don't know if it's because of the muddier water or what, but they wanted some vibration or some movement, so we went to the swimming minnow here.
And you had some different colors. We're just out of them. This is just the one that we're showing.
Yeah, it's the bluegrass color there. But they seemed that's what they wanted. They wanted a little bit of tail movement on there, it seemed like.
full black crappie.
We're out of 10, I think. Close. Might be a little short. Blackie.
Nice fish. I like them black crappie.
Oh, I do too. They fight a lot harder too. They seem like they're more aggressive too than a white.
Yeah. We left fish. We went ahead and left fish, but what we wanted to do was, just before we kind of wrap up the show, what we want to do is do another little episode of another thing for summertime and the heat, especially when there's a lot of boat houses. That's what Rusty's going to do right now. That's another place a lot of these crappie go to get shade. Now, how shady do these things have to be? Do they have to be shade for a pretty good while, Rusty?
Yeah, it's all depending on where it's setting at. I mean, the less shade you can have in the dock, the better you are. If you can get to that shady spot, all those fish will come up to the, hold on, that boat right get congregated around the shady spots.
So the less shade in the dock is better because the crappie will be all in in the smaller,
tighter area.
I got you. There you go. All ready. Black crappie.
Yeah. I ain't used to this Tarova. Get away from this dock.
Okay.
Black crappie.
That didn't take long. We still talking.
First flip.
First flip in there. Now, give them the rules on the docks now.
Yeah, docks. If it's open like this dock, or you have a lot of people dock shoot now, but as long as you're not touching their dock or tied up to the dock, or you get off inside their dock, it's legal to fish. They don't own the water. They own the dock, but they don't own the state water. So if you can get a jig in a little hole or whatever, I mean that's fair game here on Grand Lake.
There you go. How about that? Dock fish. There we go.
First cast too.
First cast too. Yeah, he wanted me to let you know that. All right. We knew it was going to be tough. August is always tough. It's always hot. Everybody's tired of summer, ready for cool weather. But you know, you could still come out. You could still catch a few crappie. Rusty showed us today. Brush piles, that's the key right now. Brush piles are the key. There's going to be some that's holding a bunch of fish, some that ain't going to be holding any, and some that'll be holding fish that won't bite. We could have come out, we could have took minnows, we probably could have caught more fish, but come on. We needed a little bit of the challenge. So I gave Rusty the challenge. He got him some Bobby Garland jigs out there, caught a mess of crappie. Now we got some fish to eat for our supper. Check out Rusty Pritchard Outdoors. What's the other, Rusty? Facebook, Rusty Pritchard. Pritchard's Guide Service. Check him out here at Grand Lake. He's white bass, catfish, spoon bill, white crappie, anything out here, Grand Lake. He can do it. Bow fishing, just about anything he can do. He does it on Grand Lake. Check him out. You guys have seen him on my show a bunch of times. He's a good old boy. Come see him, Grand Lake, Oklahoma. Thank you guys for coming along with us today on this old hot day. We had a lot of fun. Hope you did too. Just remember, keep what you can use, release the rest. And we'll see you somewhere next time right here on the G3 Sportsman. Thanks for watching.